Human adoption to space. In April 1961, Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin made history when he became the first man to travel in space. On July 20, 1969, American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. Now that humans have been to the moon and robots have been sent to Mars, some people believe the next step is for humans to visit Mars. There's no doubt that the first person to walk on Mars will become as famous as Gagarin or Armstrong, and many astronauts would love the opportunity. But what is space travel really like for the men and women who go on these missions? Many astronauts suffer physical problems on these missions, even if they are in space for just a few months. Some of these problems are short-lived, others may be long-lasting. More than 2/3 of all astronauts suffer from motion sickness while traveling in space. In an environment without gravity, the body cannot tell up from down. The body's internal balance system sends confusing signals to the brain, which can result in nausea lasting as long as a few days. After an extended period of time in this environment, the body distributes the amount of blood and other fluids differently. More fluid than normal ends up in the face, neck, and chest, resulting in a puffy face, bulging neck veins, and a slightly enlarged heart. During the duration of their mission, astronauts experience conditions that affect their health. For example, their bones get weaker, and they may lose muscle. Being in a weightless environment means that astronauts tend not to use the muscles they rely upon on Earth, so their muscles gradually atrophy. The shift of fluid to the upper body and the resulting loss of essential minerals, such as calcium, weaken the bones. As a result, many astronauts are unable to walk properly for a few days upon their return to Earth. Furthermore, the absence of Earth's atmosphere exposes them to more intense radiation from the sun, increasing their risk of cancer. This puts them at a higher risk of cancer. In addition to physical difficulties, astronauts who travel for long periods may also suffer from psychological stress. Space travel requires astronauts to be very focused and balanced. The irregular sleep, long working hours, and lack of sleep can affect a person's emotions and stress level. Being able to control one's emotions is an important characteristic for an astronaut. A major factor that affects astronauts' mental well-being is time. To date, astronauts have only spent a few months in space at a time, but longer expeditions would require astronauts to spend significantly more time inside a spaceship. For example, a round-trip expedition to Mars could take about 3 years. Spending a long period of time confined in a small space is detrimental to one's health. Research has shown that travelers on such long journeys, such as sailors or explorers in the Arctic, have an above-average chance of suffering from depression. Astronauts, especially those who achieved significant firsts, such as Gagarin and Armstrong, are often seen as exciting adventurers. This may be accurate, but it's also worth remembering their dedication and the sacrifices they make to explore our universe. Summary: Human adoption of space, challenges and impacts. Yuri Gagarin and Neil Armstrong were the first humans to travel in space in 1961 and 1969, respectively. The next step is for humans to visit Mars, with the possibility of becoming famous astronauts. Many astronauts experience physical problems during space travel, including motion sickness, which can last for days. The body's internal balance system sends confusing signals to the brain, leading to nausea. Extended time in space can cause fluid distribution issues, leading to puffy faces, bulging neck veins, and slightly enlarged hearts. Muscles atrophy due to weightlessness and the loss of essential minerals, affecting mobility upon return to Earth. The absence of Earth's atmosphere increases the risk of cancer due to intense radiation exposure. Long-term astronauts may suffer from psychological stress due to the need for focus and balance. Longer expeditions, such as a round-trip expedition to Mars, can lead to depression. Astronauts' achievements often portray them as exciting adventurers, emphasizing their dedication and sacrifices. This content is mainly for the purpose of learning English vocabulary, English grammar, and English sentence structure. We are learning American English. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for considering subscribing to see more exciting videos.